Have you ever wondered why some women seem to become more confident, happier, and even sharper as they age, while others struggle with feelings of invisibility, loneliness, or forgetfulness? Tonight, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of psychology for women over 50. What you'll discover in the next few minutes might completely change how you see your mind, your relationships, and even your future. And trust me, there's a key insight waiting at the end of this video that could reshape the way you approach your golden years. So stay with me until the very end, because it's a piece of wisdom many women never get to hear, but when they do, it transforms everything. Before we begin, I'd love for you to become part of this growing community of women who refuse to let age define their limits. Hit that subscribe button, leave a comment sharing your experiences, and help this channel grow so we can continue bringing you inspiring, life-changing content. Every interaction you make here creates a ripple of encouragement for someone else out there, someone who might really need this today. Now, let's start with a surprising truth. Did you know that after the age of 50, the human brain is not necessarily slowing down, it's actually rewiring itself? Neuroscientists call this neuroplasticity, and it's your brain's remarkable ability to adapt, create new connections, and even regain lost skills. This means that the story society tells us that aging equals decline is far from the full picture. In fact, many women in their 50s, 60s, and beyond find that this is the first time in their life they truly start to know who they are and what they want. No more people-pleasing, no more living by someone else's script. This is the chapter where you become the author of your own story. But here's the twist. While your brain is capable of rejuvenation, your mindset plays a massive role in whether you unlock that potential or let it wither. One psychological phenomenon, known as the self-fulfilling prophecy, shows that when we expect decline, we unconsciously act in ways that bring it about. Think about it. How many times have you heard, "Oh, I'm just getting old," and used that as an excuse to forget something, skip a social event, or stop challenging yourself? Yet, studies show that women who challenge that belief by learning a new skill, embracing new technologies, or engaging socially keep their brains sharper and their moods brighter. Now, I want you to imagine this. What if the next 10 years could be the most vibrant of your life? Not because your body is the same as it was at 30, but because your mind has finally caught up to your wisdom? This is not a fantasy. In fact, psychologists specializing in aging suggest that emotional intelligence often peaks in the later stages of life. Women over 50 tend to have a deeper understanding of empathy, resilience, and perspective-taking, qualities that not only enrich relationships, but also act as a shield against anxiety and depression. This brings us to an often overlooked concept, the second adolescence. Yes, you heard that right. In your teens, you were discovering who you were while dealing with hormones and expectations. Now, in your 50s and 60s, you are rediscovering yourself, this time with more freedom, more clarity, and ideally more self-compassion. Psychologists recommend using this period for what's called identity renewal, a process where you actively choose what parts of your old identity to keep and what parts to leave behind. It might mean saying goodbye to perfectionism, to the pressure of always saying yes, or to the silent fear of being judged. Let's pause here for a moment. If any of this resonates with you so far, take a second to let us know in the comments. What's one thing you've learned about yourself in the past few years that you wish you had known earlier? Sharing your thoughts not only helps other women see they're not alone, but it can also help you reinforce those lessons within yourself. And if you haven't already, subscribing is a small click for you, but a giant step for our mission to spread positive, empowering psychology to women everywhere. Now, here's something most people don't realize. The psychology of healthy aging is less about avoiding wrinkles and more about maintaining 3 pillars: cognitive flexibility, emotional connection, and purpose. Let's break that down. Cognitive flexibility is your ability to adapt your thinking when life throws a curveball. This is trained not by staying in your comfort zone, but by constantly exposing your brain to novelty, reading new topics, taking up unfamiliar hobbies, even traveling to places that challenge your worldview. Emotional connection isn't about having 100 friends. It's about nurturing the right ones. Loneliness, in fact, has been linked to higher rates of cognitive decline than even smoking. Psychologists advise cultivating at least 2 to 3 deep, reciprocal connections, people with whom you can share not just joys, but also fears. Purpose, the third pillar, is perhaps the most underestimated. Studies from Stanford Center on Longevity show that older adults with a clear sense of purpose, whether through volunteering, mentoring, or even learning a craft, experience better memory retention and lower rates of depression. Purpose acts like a lighthouse, guiding your brain's energy towards something meaningful rather than letting it drift in circles of worry. So, what's the big secret I promised you at the start? Here it is. The single most powerful predictor of emotional and cognitive well-being after 50 is not wealth, not genetics, not even physical health alone. It is agency, your belief that your choices still matter. Many women unknowingly surrender this when they let society tell them they're past their prime. But agency is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. Each time you choose to learn, to connect, to adapt, to let go, or to start again, you're telling your brain, I am still here and I still have chapters to write. And that's where your story continues. If this video has sparked even a single idea of what your next chapter could look like, make sure to share this video with a friend who might need this reminder today. Leave a like so more women can discover this message. And in the comments, tell us, what's one bold thing you want to try in the next year to nurture your mind, your joy, or your purpose? Your journey doesn't end here. This is just the beginning of stronger, wiser, more empowered you.